While the Beatles and the Rolling Stones are often portrayed as bitter rivals, Mick Jagger once explained that their competition was actually more friendly than fierce. However, there was another band that briefly posed a much more frustrating challenge for the Stones during their early days. In an interview with Rolling Stone magazine founder Jann Wenner, Jagger recalled that, despite the rivalry with the Beatles, it was another group, Herman's Hermits, that truly annoyed them at one point. Jagger explained that the competitive atmosphere in the 1960s music scene was intense, but often lighthearted. As a young artist, he found it exhausting looking back, but admitted that it had its benefits since his band eventually came out on top. Still, it wasn't just the Beatles that the Rolling Stones had to contend with. He remembered a moment in Philadelphia when Herman's Hermits, not the Stones, were given top billing. The lead singer of Herman's Hermits, Peter Noone, was reportedly upset about his dressing room, insisting it wasn't up to standard, even though his band was headlining. For the Rolling Stones, it was frustrating to be overshadowed by a band that, in Jagger's view, didn't quite measure up musically. Encounters with fans who mistook them for Herman's Hermits only added to the irritation. At the time of writing, drummer Barry Whitman remains the only original member still playing with the band, while Peter Noone had exited the group in 1971, with a brief return in 1973. Despite their early success with hits like I'm Into Something Good, Herman's Hermits never reached the same artistic or cultural impact as the Beatles or the Rolling Stones. Interestingly, the Beatles actually played a supportive role in the rise of the Rolling Stones. Paul McCartney once reflected on how he and John Lennon ended up giving one of their own songs to the Stones. He remembered walking down Charing Cross Road in London with John during the early 1960s, when they ran into Mick Jagger and Keith Richards in a taxi. The two Beatles hopped in, and during the ride, Mick shared the news that the Stones had just signed a deal with Decca Records. According to McCartney, the conversation turned to whether the Beatles had any songs to spare. Paul remembered a track they'd written for Ringo Starr, one that wasn't intended to be a single for their band, and thought it might suit the Stones' style. Knowing the group was influenced by Bo Diddley and Buddy Holly, he offered the song I Wanna Be Your Man, which Lennon and McCartney had written for the Beatles with the Beatles album. The Rolling Stones took the track and turned it into one of their first major releases, helping to kickstart their recording career. In the end, what appeared to be a rivalry between the Beatles and the Rolling Stones was rooted more in camaraderie than animosity, and the competitive spirit of the era helped shape some of the most influential music of all time.